there we go. Let me go ahead and pause it here. Let's go over the team comps. Okay, over on the red team, we've got red 5. And on red 5, we have Pink, 1942. He is playing as Hebo. We got Velkar playing Ares, and we have Bantha playing as Athena. So they've got a double tank comp with an extremely good damage dealer on Hebo. And as long as they're able to protect that Hebo, he'll be able to do his damage. And we'll see how that pans out here. Velkar does play Ares quite a bit, so he's very comfortable on that champion. I haven't seen Bantha on Athena before, but I imagine he's probably pretty good there too. And over on the blue side, we have FFMM, and we have JB playing as Isis, and Kuster playing as his newly picked up god, Sun Wukong, and Banish playing on Ra. He's very comfortable on Ra, so this should be a good game for him. And let's go ahead and see what kind of item builds are going. Looks like Pink is going for an early Warlock Sash, which once he gets that to tier 3, he'll be able to start stacking it with the minion kills. It'll give him some extra health and mana and some extra damage. So it's a pretty good pickup if you want to build a little bit more of a defensive Hebo. So good pickup. Now on the blue team here, we don't have a dedicated tank, but Kuster, he's picking up Sovereignty first, so he is kind of building into that tanky bruiser more than just a damage bruiser. So he'll be able to fill that role nicely with him. And with the heals coming out from Ra, it should be a pretty good pickup there. Alright, so we got this red team is going to pick up their blue buff, whereas the blue team is going red first. Let's see how it works out for them. And Bantha Bolt, it looks like he's building a damage Athena rather than a tanky Athena. So that might actually work out and pretty good to have kind of two beefy, damagey tanks. Because Velkar and Ares does a lot of damage even though he's super tanky. So the only downside is they're all magical power, all magical damage. So they'll be able to counteract, the blue team will be able to counteract that with building magical protections. Sovereignty, unfortunately, because they're all magical, doesn't work out to be the best pickup. It will give them extra health and some protections, but physical protection is definitely not needed in this comp. Ooh, nice poke by Ra. He got out on the Velkar and Pink. And we just got some wave clear here. So it looks like the red team only picked up their blue buff and then went back to lane, whereas the other team, they were able to get red and blue and come back to lane with nothing lost. Hebo taking a lot of creep damage. He's already below half. They might be able to convert this if Isis is able to land her stun. And are they able to do this? They might. Yep, and a beautiful sunbeam by Ra is able to pick up that kill on Hebo. Hebo is super squishy. He got poked down by those minions. Isis was able to get the stun off, which allowed them to clean it up. Unfortunate first blood lost by red 5, but still nothing lost, nothing counted out there. They could still come back. Get a little bit of poke on the tower there. They got to be careful for that Hebo poke. Oh, very nice Isis Spirit Ball on Velkar. He's very low now. He can't really do anything or stay in lane, because if he does, he can get picked up. Very aggressive move by Kuster. He does get taunted under the tower. They're able to clean that up with the help of the tower poke. I don't think he was counting on the taunt from Athena there, but if he was able to get out of there, it would have been a good move. But that taunt was able to pull him right back in the tower at the last second. So good pickup by Athena on Bantha. Now we got a 1-1, so it's going to be looking pretty even. Blue team's still a little bit ahead on the gold and XP. They're keeping him pressured at the tower, so the red team isn't able to get their full gold out of the clears, because if they minions die to the tower, you don't get the gold for them, just the XP. So very smart to keep him pushed. And Spirit Ball does land on Ares, keeping him low HP. Ra does put I can't remember what, the circle. He puts the circle of healing / death. Very nice wave clear. They're keeping him pressured into this tower, unable to do anything. Very nice Spirit Ball again. Didn't do a lot of damage that time. I wonder what, let's see what he's building, Hebo. No, he hasn't picked up anything extra. Another aggressive move. He does have the health to back it up, but he has got to be careful not to get taunted. The ult, if he would have landed on Hebo there with that ult and then followed up with a stick, he would have been able to grab him. But decided to come straight down, back out of there, which is fine. Play it safe. A lot of aggressive pressure coming out from the blue team, and red team just it doesn't have an answer for it quite yet. Okay. Again, that consistent pressure into their tower. Spirit Ball isn't going to land that time, but almost got it. And that excellent wave clear from Isis and Sun Wukong combo. Here comes the Ares ult and the Athena follow-up. There is no beads or Aegis. And the Hebo follow-up ult. We're still looking at a pretty healthy blue team here. I don't know if they're going to be able to pick up any kills here. Isis is a little overextended. She's got to think about backing out of that. She's a 3v1 right now. She does have the minions to back her up, but the Hebo, okay, so we had a very aggressive engage. Good disengage by the blue team, and nothing really picked up. Red team actually came out a little bit of a loss in that exchange, but we did kind of see what they were going for in their picks with the Ares Blinken ult, and then Athena ults on the Ares, and then the follow-up ult by Hebo. And Hebo might get picked off here. The Sunbeam just barely missing. A very good Spirit Ball stun by Isis, however. Alright. And again, just keeping them cleared, keeping them down back at their tower. And let's take a look and see. We're probably going to see that gold difference steadily grow if they keep them pinned at their tower, because they're not able to clear those minions. They're not going to get gold from them. And they are slightly ahead on XP difference. Even though it's an even kill exchange, they're 1,000 gold ahead. And so just that pressure into the tower is working out really well for them. There really isn't a lot of great wave clear out of the red team. But once Hebo starts to get that Warlock stash stacked up, which he's got at tier 3 now, once he starts getting that stacked up, he'll be able to clear those waves a little bit better. His early wave clear is pretty weak. Very nice Sunbeam. Just that poke damage coming down from the blue team is able to keep Ares at half health. If they're able to keep him low on HP, he's not going to be able to initiate with his ultimate. And Kuther is looking really tanky right now. He's starting to get into his Tabi on his boots. Once he completes that into tier 3, he'll be doing a lot of damage as well as being tanky. Very nice Spirit Tempest, or Spirit Ball. And the big stick from Sun Wukong is able to clean up that kill. Isis taking tower shots. I don't think she knows it. She is going to get picked off by that tower. Oh my goodness. Barely escapes with no HP. Athena really hungry for that cleanup, but she's very smart and decides to back off. I don't think Isis was realizing she had tower aggro and is just getting poked down hard. Got out of there just in the nick of time. One more tower hit, she would have been cleaned up. And the minion damage, able to pick off that tower. Very nice Sunbeam. Let's see what kind of follow-up. And a preempted bird by Kuster, but he gets pulled in and the bird is wasted. Athena is low on HP. They could turn around and kill her. There's the Sunbeam, able to pick up the Athena. The rest of the red team is very smart and decides to back off. It would have been multiple kills had they stayed in. He will playing a risky game. 3v1, he's got to be careful not to get caught by a stun. Had he got caught by a stun right there, that would have been a dead River God. And there's a stun. And the follow-up. Oh, no wing blast. Not able to finish that off, but still very well played. What are you doing? JB on Isis is getting very, very hungry. He is wanting blood. Going into that Phoenix. He doesn't get picked off, but the Hebo pop-up is gonna, and the taunt is going to be able to pick him off here. Where's the taunt? Where's the taunt? The Hebo ult misses. And now Wukong is there to defend Isis. And a counter follow-up by Sun Wukong. Are they going to be able to pick this off? Athena backing out. Isis low on HP. She's not going to be able to really follow in. But Sun Wukong just playing back a little bit, playing safe. Looks like Rob's going to go back and finish off some items. Looks like we got Wukong building into a Void Blade, probably a Focus Void Blade. He's going to be doing a lot of damage now, and he has the health to back it up. And Isis going for penetration build here. Pretty smart, but he's going to be super squishy with that build. He's got to be careful. But right now they're pretty far ahead, so they don't really have to be too worried about the Hebo. Hebo is starting to get some stacks on the Warlock Sash. You can see his health pool is starting to climb up. And here comes the Wombo combo from the red team. Athena ult. And the ultimate from Sun Wukong counteracts the ult from Ares. Very smart. And a Spirit Ball stun on Athena. She's not going to be able to follow that up. Hebo at half health. He's got to be careful here. If he gets stunned, he's going to be a dead Hebo. He might still be a dead Hebo. And the Wing Blast from Isis just barely not able. Oh, and the stun through the wall. Just around the corner of the wall. He's able to pick off that kill. Very well played by JB. As we call him. His real name is Jibs the Mogger. Which I'm not really sure what it means. And Athena, 3v1, going solo. And the Spirit Ball stun does come out. She's going to be picked off there. She would have been safe, but there's a lot of CC coming out of that blue team. So it was a very risky decision. Ares taking a lot of damage. He's building Breastplate of Valor, which only is going to counter Sun Wukong's damage. And so he doesn't really have any magic protection, so the Spirit Balls from Isis are going to do a lot of poke, a lot of damage to him. And it looks like we got two members of the blue team going back. Ra left to hold the fort. Let's see, we got a Focus Void Blade coming out completed by Kooster. And we got Gem of Isolation starting to build on JB. And this Gem of Isolation, really good pickup by Isis because it gives her the health that she needs to survive a little bit more, and it makes her her Wing Blast slow on every time it hits, and she's able to do a lot of damage, a lot of follow-up. Looks like we might have an engage here from the red team. We do. The taunt comes out. The rest of the red team not quite ready to follow that up though. Looks like Velkar hungry for an ult. He does ult. And able to pull in JB here. The counter ult coming in from Athena, but Velkar not high enough health to stay in there for Athena ult to do any damage. He's going to get picked off here. He got hung up on the minions. And we got Hebo low health. And the Raw Beam does hit him, but not enough damage to really clean him up. And that, whatever it's called, his number one, just barely missing. And the Spirit Ball coming out. And the Sun, Solar, something rather. And Hebo looking to make something happen. If he has his ult, he might be able to do something. But we're looking at a pretty high health blue team there. And Spirit Tempest and the follow-up Solar Beam from Ra. Barely not enough to kill Bantha Bolt there. But blue team taking a little bit of damage from that Phoenix. Not really high enough health to really poke it out there, but we're looking at a pretty much full health Sun Wukong, and with the raw heals, he'll be able to keep him alive. And Sun Wukong says, your healing circle is not good enough for me. I'm going to go over here and take red buff. And we got an engage by Velkar on Ares, and the counter engage coming in by Sun Wukong. He's coming up behind the enemy team. The Hebo ult does miss. It might have hit Isis there, I'm not sure. And Isis ult comes off, does a lot of damage, and that stun is going to pick up Ares. A lot of very nice, you know, right now I'm struggling to remember a lot of the ability names, but a really nice stun ball from Isis all game. She's been landing those stun balls when they count. So very well done by her. And Sun Wukong going in pretty deep. Does get popped up by Hebo, but there's no follow-up damage. He is looking pretty tanky right now. We got an almost full health blue team at Phoenix with minions coming in. Phoenix is half health. It's getting poked down a little bit. They're not going to have enough to take it down on this wave. The taunt coming in from Athena is pulling them in. They're still above half health, and another raw heal is going to be able to keep them up pretty healthy here. We do have a finished Gem of Isolation coming out from Isis, so her Wing Blast is going to be able to slow them on every hit. So that's a very effective use of that item on her. We got a lot of cooldown reduction coming out from Raw, so he's going to be able to throw those ults out, the heals, just that much more often. He's probably close to capping his cooldown reduction, actually. We got a nice Ares ult, but the Phoenix does die. And he does manage to pull into, and then the Athena follow-up ult does a lot of damage to Isis. But Hebo ult does miss, and they're not able to follow this up. Blue team is pretty low. If the engage did come out from red team, they might be able to do something, but there's just a full wave of minions there doing a lot of poke damage to them, so they're not really able to go in there. It's how tempting it is, though. And that raw heal coming out, doing a lot of healing, keeping them up so they can just keep the pressure on. And a very nice Spirit Ball coming out from Isis. That might be a pickup kill if he's no mana on Sun Wukong. If he had a little bit of mana, he'd be able to follow that up and get the kill, but just not enough. Isis blood hungry. She might get that. She does. The taunt going to come out from Athena. He only picks up Sun Wukong in the taunt. Sun Wukong beefy enough to just withstand it. Blue team probably needs to think about going back and getting some mana on him now, but they're just keeping that pressure on. So that Spirit Ball does miss. We got a 3/4 life. Athena, she's now half. Takes full Wing Gust from Isis. That Gem of Isolation just slowing enough to where they can't get out of it, so they take the full 4 ticks. Okay, they're keeping the pressure on. The minion wave does come out from the red team. Wing Gust is able to pick them all off. We got fire minions, and we got an ult coming out from Ares. He's only picking up one, Sun Wukong, and he's beefy, so he can get out of there if he needs in bird form. He is staying in and picks a kill up off on Athena. We got Ares. He's getting poked down really hard here. And a really very nice Spirit Ball. Gets the stun off. Hey, what's up, man? Doing well. I'm casting the Mogger Smite League game right now.
Oh.
Yeah, on, the Mog TV is busy, so I'm doing it on my channel, and then I'm gonna throw it up on YouTube later. And that's gonna be game.
I have to watch your channel then.
Game number 1 goes to FFMM. Good game, well played.
You're not coming up on my emails